Welcome to episode 3 of the Senioritis podcast. I am Matthew Lyons. With me, as always, is Mr. Aaron Johnson, Mr. Derek Terrell, and Mr. Joseph Beaver. We are in the early days of December right now, and it's still pretty interesting. So, how's everyone doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Life has kind of returned to somewhat normalcy from the last time we did the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, yeah, I'd say everything's going kind of the same how it was. How about you, Derek?
Yeah, I'd agree. Things have definitely settled down. During our first two episodes, there was a lot of change going on, and it's nice that things have kind of hit a rhythm again, even though it's not a normal situation.
Yeah, I had a good Thanksgiving too, and it's pretty good. Yeah.
Joe, that was the best thing to say because right now, the first thing I want to talk about is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, everyone was advised to not have a big gathering. I think we all, stayed true to that. So how was everyone's Thanksgiving? Did it feel like Thanksgiving? Was it too different? How was it?
I
Aaron,
mean,
let's start with you.
okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No worries.
All right. For me, it felt weird. I usually do Thanksgiving with just my immediate family. Like I don't have like these big family gatherings because like my whole family's spread across the U.S. Like it's like hillbillies out west. Um, so for me, it felt like I don't know. It felt like kind of the same, but that there was like a like key feeling that I was missing. I can't really put a name to it. I don't know if you guys maybe like this feeling of maybe the joy. The joy is all. No,
Oh,
I don't really know, but it was for the most part it was the same. It was normal.
Yeah, I usually have a big gathering for Thanksgiving, but it was just the four of us, my immediate family, and I didn't hate it. I kind of enjoyed it. It was quiet. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, I didn't mind being with just my immediate family. Usually, I go to two different ones. I go to one on my mom's side and then one on my dad's side. So it wasn't bad just having one like Thanksgiving dinner and not two. So it was good.
Yeah. What
did
about
you
you,
have
Dan?
like half the food or?
Yeah, it was a lot
Oh,
less food. Yeah.
that's too bad. Yeah, I did it with my immediate family as well. We usually go over to my grandmother's house and have it with my grandmother and my aunt. But so we lost two members, but it was fine. It was different. It still felt like Thanksgiving. It felt like a holiday, but it wasn't Thanksgiving. It was a great holiday. It just wasn't the usual Thanksgiving. I'll say that.
No. I also feel like Thanksgiving and Christmas, like, because I feel like I grouped them together as like the holiday season,
Hmm.
but I feel like they're totally different this year. Like Thanksgiving was kind of like by the wayside. I am just ready for Christmas. I've decorated the entire house. I'm playing Christmas music. I've never been this much in the Christmas spirit since I was like younger. Because like you have that Christmas spirit, you have that joy, and it doesn't really go away, but it kind of dumbs down for a little while. And like right now, like I feel like a kid again. I'm so excited for Christmas. I'm so excited for the holidays, even though I don't really get to see my family, like my non-immediate family. Like I don't know. I'm really feeling this Christmas spirit. I don't know about you guys.
Congratulations. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, I wish
I
I felt. I
haven't.
wish I felt the same way.
Yeah, I have lacked the Christmas spirit for probably about 3 years. Like, no, that's not true. I get it, but I just get it way too late. I get it on Christmas Eve. I'm like, yeah, Christmas time, and that's over. I'm like, what happened? Um, but I'm aware of it, and each year I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But my house is still not decorated. Um, and I mean, it's weird because usually, it's cold, it's snowy out, it's sunny. Like we're in like the 50s again. Like even the weather doesn't even know what's going on this year.
Yeah,
So
I usually don't end up in the Christmas spirit until like the 23rd when I get out of work. Once I have no more school until Christmas, once I get out of work on that night on the 23rd, I'm like there for 2 days. But it's a good 2 days of full of Christmas joy.
Joe, what about you?
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I just don't really like get into it till like it's there and then it's just gone. You know, kind of same scenario.
Yeah.
You
So
guys gotta decorate your house. You have
I
to.
know.
That's what got
What
me.
what kind of decorations do you have?
Yeah.
Like stockings, like tinsel, nutcrackers, a lot of
Oh, okay.
nutcrackers. We have like this cool little like snowman centerpiece. I don't know. I was playing Christmas music the whole time. I had hot cocoa and like
Ooh,
whipped
that's the
cream.
best.
Yeah. I had the fire going. I mean, I can agree with you with the weather. I feel like that could go a long way this year. Like I feel like just seeing snow on the ground would like bump me up a notch
Hmm.
on like my Christmas-o-meter. But yeah, like I feel like decorating your house, it just gets you like up a level in that Christmas spirit.
Yeah, I think I needed an advent calendar. Does anyone have one of those?
I do.
Do you have
Like,
one like this year?
Yeah.
Awesome. Is that
I have
working
to
at all, or is
I have
it?
to eat my chocolate for today now that you say that. I'm trying
This,
not to fall behind.
this is why we do it. This is what the podcast is for, to remind you about your advent calendars.
About
I don't know about you guys. I hate advent calendar chocolate.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
good.
I
Yeah,
feel like
it's
they
not-
cheap out on it for no reason.
Mhm.
See, I like it. So like my sister has one too, and she'll like give me her piece of chocolate, and I'm like, all right, you know, I'm like the only one who likes it, but I'm fine with it.
Are you the kind of person that like skips like 3 days ahead and basically
No,
ignores the whole
no,
rules?
I'm someone who will forget 3 days and then eat 3 pieces of chocolate in one day because I forgot.
Sure.
See, like since I hated chocolate, like the advent calendar chocolate, when I was little, I don't really do advent calendars anymore, but we had like this Lego one where like you would assemble like a scene, and then like on Christmas the scene would be done.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But that maybe actually it's kind of late to get an advent calendar, right? It's the third. I've already missed 3 days. I mean, they're probably discounted though. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. Maybe I will go out and buy an advent calendar.
Maybe we should like do like bits of a podcast and just break it up. Like there's like a 30 seconds one day, 30 seconds, and then you have to like rewatch it all when it's
You know?
complete.
So we
Maybe that
mash
would
it all together, so it makes no sense.
exactly. Yeah.
Gotta love that.
So we are seeing a spike in COVID cases due to Thanksgiving. I think Christmas, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's like more intimate of a holiday. Do you think that we're gonna see like the same rise in COVID cases after
Yeah,
Christmas, or do you think it's gonna be less?
It.
I think we're gonna see.
Oh,
a
go on,
rise.
go on. No, I always take the first, so you go there.
I know. I was just saying. I think we're gonna see a rise.
See, for me, it depends on the people who travel because I feel like Thanksgiving, you get everybody together and you eat. Like, I don't know about Christmas for you guys, but Christmas has always been kind of like an isolated holiday for me. And either like we travel as like an immediate family, or like I'll see like my grandparents on Christmas. Do you guys have like big Christmas gatherings, or is it just your immediate family?
Same thing as Thanksgiving for me.
Yeah.
It's just my immediate family, but I feel like a lot of people do travel, and that could definitely cause issues.
Oh, and Christmas Eve parties too. Forgot about that. You always
And
see your family on Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day is like. So I think we'll see a rise.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
Especially with like Christmas vacation. I feel like everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, 2020 is almost over. Let's
Yeah,
go see
I
some
also
friends." And
think
then,
that people, like when we're not in school, like just feel a need to go, like gather, I guess. So
yeah,
To kind of derail it, you know how I said I was gonna start making those lists?
yes,
I did it, and it was
Awesome.
such a good idea. So like for me, it was never really like convenient to make a list, but then I got this cool little like widget thing like on my phone where it just opens it up, and I feel like going through this quarantine, like two major things happened. I became like extremely unmotivated because I just became like this cog in a cycle, and I was kind of actually maybe that's the only thing that was happening. Oh, actually, no, I'm also like a major procrastinator, and making these lists have solved both of those problems for me. But as like opposed to you, how you said you like you wrote down like waking up, like eating breakfast. I write down things that kind of like are out of my routine because my daily routine is bored into my head after like what 9 months of doing the same thing over and over again. So making that list of like all like the separate things that make my day unique have really kind of helped me like stay organized and stay on track.
Awesome. Yeah, it does make a huge difference. I schedule everything. I don't know, like I schedule waking up. I'm gonna do it every day, but it just feels good to do that check. My sister actually showed me that there's a way to do like a list on your notes that you can actually just press the button and it does a little check mark. So that's cool. So now I can actually, rather than erasing them, I can see all the checks I've made today.
Oh,
And
you gotta get minimalist. It's not
Yeah,
like
that's what I have too.
yeah, that's the widget thingy I got on my phone.
oh, okay.
Yeah, if you have iOS 14, definitely get that.
Oh, I don't have that.
But also like with like this organization, I feel like my days are lopsided now. Like as today, like I'm go go go. I'm busy all day. Like I'm filming a podcast, getting my haircut, work. Like that isn't like my day is full. And then as to opposed like my weekend and other days are absolutely empty. So it's kind of it's been a hard like balance for me because I've been like in this mindset like get everything done as like fast as possible because like I write it all down, but then I'm left with like nothing to do and like because of quarantine there is nothing to do. So it's been a weird time this past November.
I'm trying to think of ways to like you can combat that in a way. Maybe I don't know, maybe schedule like I don't know, cook a new recipe or draw
Throw out in the
something.
apron.
Yeah.
I recently started watching The Queen's Gambit. I don't know if
Yes.
you watched that.
Yes.
I feel like we've seen like kind of it's not like a weird show, but it's definitely a peculiar show. And I've seen like so many more of those like kind of weird factor shows come into play. But it's a really good show.
Yeah, totally. I think that's like all due to streaming shows where people can just, watch it in one sitting. Even with movies, like your indie filmmakers they have way more of a shot of getting their movie made now that they don't really necessarily have to worry about people paying to see it in a theater. So yeah, a lot of these kind of like niche shows are getting made, and I agree with you. It's a really good show.
What about you guys? Have there been any like these like cool little shows you've been watching to kind of pass the time? Derek
Um,
or Joe?
well, I got Hulu, so I'm watching The Simpsons. And that's pretty much all I watch. South Park was on Hulu, but then it got bought by HBO Max, so that's really all I've been watching. Nothing really else though.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really helpful to have a Mandalorian episode to watch every week. I know, Aaron, you're not the biggest fan of that show, but that's been really helpful, and it's definitely been something for me to look forward to every week. So,
Yeah, I like the weekly release schedules that streaming shows have had because it
Yeah.
not only does it give you something to look forward to, it helps you like keep track of the days. Because when you have like 5 days off a week, it can be easy to kind of forget which day is when. So I do like that weekly release schedule.
Yeah. I feel like HBO Max is kind of like the middle child of like the streaming services. Like, you got like Netflix, Hulu, and then like HBO Max is like trying to compete. I
Yeah,
don't know. Do you guys have it? Anyone have it?
No.
I plan on getting it for like Christmas, but I don't have it yet.
What's the appeal over Christmas?
What was that?
What's the appeal over Christmas?
I know Wonder Woman 1984 is coming on there on Christmas.
oh really?
Yeah, and like I've always wanted to have it, but I pay for Hulu, Disney Plus, so that's always been on like the back burner. So if
Sure.
I can get that as like a gift, that would be great, rather than having to like pay for it monthly.
You guys have anything else?
Um, so we talked about on Tuesday on our weekly wave show. Check that out if you haven't seen it. We talked about the vaccine, that is on its way. Will you guys get the vaccine? If it's approved, it's being sent out. What is your mindset on that?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna get it. I mean, I trust health officials. What I'm nervous about is it's not like a flu shot. It's not gonna be like you are going to be down and out, like dealing with this vaccine. Um, but I mean, like they're trying to do everything they can to kind of make it comfortable. Because like I feel like past presidents are getting it like on like live TV. Like I think like Obama, Bush, and ooh, I think Biden. I think they're all getting that vaccine like on TV to kind of like make people comfortable at home. Um, but I mean, it's definitely kind of like a risk because there's a lot of things that they haven't used before that are in it. Um, but I mean, if it's effective, then why wait?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a little skeptical personally. I don't know. I mean, it's just so new, and I'm sure like they're very like the people that made it are obviously like really smart and they definitely know what they're doing. But I'm still like a little piece of me in the back of my mind is like a little skeptical about a new vaccine. That's how I feel, but I don't know.
Derek, what about you?
I'd take it. I mean, I don't know. These people know what they're doing, and they'd be in a lot of trouble if it had any issues. So I'll take
I
it.
think they're putting microchips in it, making us all zombies. I don't have a tinfoil hat around, but I mean, if I would, I'd put it on. Put that conspiracy theory.
Well, that and birds aren't real. Isn't that your big conspiracy theory?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you gotta check them out on Instagram. Like their stuff is monumental. It opens your eyes. I mean, because like, have you seen like videos of like chickens? They'll pick them up and their head just stays in like the same place. Have you seen those videos?
Nope.
Yeah, actually, I have. Yeah.
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 And I mean, obviously, like it is kind of a joke, but I mean, there's like that 1% of me that's like, maybe.
Okay. How do we segue away from that?
You can. I mean, there are. If for people who don't know, the conspiracy is that birds are made by the government or the bourgeoisie, and they're all like spy cams. So yeah.
So the thing that I have trouble believing that, well, one of the things, because there are many, is that, everyone is, debating on whether we should pay to have another bigger round of stimulus checks. But everyone unanimously agreed, let's create this fake species of animals to spy on people.
No. This isn't a new thing, Matt. Oh, let me tell you, it's not a new thing.
No, I know.
It's been around since the Cold War, buddy. Yeah.
So
You're
birds
telling
were
me there
non-existent prior.
There were no birds before the Cold War.
Yeah. Well, they all got no, they were all wiped out and replaced.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why you always see them on the power lines because they're recharging.
How did they wipe out all the birds?
Pesticides, chemical agent orange, wiped them all out. And
okay.
then they had to cover it up. How do they cover up? They make drones.
All right. There was, what was it? The emu war in Australia. They said we
Yeah.
need to take out all the emus,
They lost that,
and
though.
they lost it. And there's like, I'd say at least triple the amount of birds that there are emus.
Birds
And
were real back then. The emu wars in the 1800s, man. You gotta get your timeline straight. Like Cold War, that's when the birds were eliminated.
All right.
Yeah,
I still don't buy it, but
yeah, and they all sit on the power lines. They charge on the power lines. I mean, that's
So
why
is
they're
it like
all
a wireless charging system, or
yeah. That's why they make nests like on your deck and on like on your porch and stuff. So they're watching you. See, everybody's worried about the government chips in their phone. No one's worried about the birds. Yeah, just
the government already has everything they need to know about you, like this.
So you can be naive. You can stay naive, and that's fine.
So-
All right.
So why do they need to have the birds to like see what we're doing though? Like why are they watching us with birds, not just like look through our cameras on our phone or like laptops or
See,
any other
so
device.
because laptops and devices, they're traceable. All right. The birds, they're expendable. Yeah.
You
You
can
just
you
get rid
just
of the birds.
like
Like,
my
like, it- like,
my
it-
cat's
if
caught
you're,
a bird before when I used to have cats, and there was no electronics within the bird.
mm, mm,
So
Unless the cat
well,
ate it, and now your cat is bugged. So
my
yeah.
cat's
good
not
luck
with
with.
us anymore. So
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I mean,
that's
if you guys
okay.
aren't going to agree with the feathered gospel, then we can't go on with this conversation.
I think we should stop this conversation regardless.
Yeah, I think we
I
just
think it has
lost
gone way
a
too
couple
long.
viewers.
Then
So,
please segue into a new topic because you guys seem to love to bring it back.
Well, I can't segue into another topic. I don't know. Who wants to bring up something else to talk about aside from Aaron's bird theory?
Yeah, because I can do this all day, buddy. You can throw these arguments at me and I can keep on going.
Okay, well, moving on from that, I think basketball and hockey are going to be played now as sports at Abington. So
Yeah,
some
that's
news.
interesting.
Yeah, which is weird because in soccer they had no throw-ins, they had kick-ins, and so now with basketball, all you do is just pass the ball. So it's like, I don't know, it's gonna be weird.
You gonna wear gloves?
Maybe they might. I don't know.
In basketball is such like a contact sport, and same with hockey. Like they're both more
Yeah.
contact than like soccer. Well, that can be up for debate, but I mean, I feel like those sports are more high risk, especially with cases going up. I'm surprised we're even
Yeah.
having this discussion.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we went remote, we had 30 cases in Abington. Now we're up to 61,
66.
66. Okay, so I don't understand that. I don't like remote learning. It's just not for me. I
Yeah.
understand a lot of people do like it.
A lot
I
of people
love the hybrid
loved it.
model. Yeah,
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
When we went
Yeah.
back and they did all these surveys, people loved it. I did not get that.
Me neither.
I'll understand it because like those, I was probably at my lowest point in life in those days. I would wake up in my pajamas and a big sweatshirt and go downstairs in my basement and just sit in front of my computer for like 7 hours and then crawl out of the basement and go to work. It was just, it just took up my entire day and I didn't even feel accomplished.
Yeah, and like once you got off the computer and you were done with school,
Oh, you
like
still had a lot of remote work to do.
that, and I was exhausted. I was like depressed. I was done with school. I was done with everything, and I just
Yeah.
wanted to go to my bed. That's right there.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You were done with school, but you still had a lot of work to do. That's the issue. After being on your screen for 7 hours, you're expected to do remote work for another what? 7? Like 4, 3?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd agree with Aaron. Low, ultimate low. So I really hope we don't go back to the remote schedule, but I would not be surprised at this point.
Yeah, I mean, especially with like the holiday season where there are going to be people who think they're special and that they can congregate with their friends and family when they shouldn't. And I mean, if the cases go up even further, like when is the cutoff point? Like when do we say like, all right, enough is enough, no more school, no more this, no more that for X amount of days? Like when is that point?
Yeah.
I feel like
I
people
just-
are so reluctant, especially government officials and kind of town officials are reluctant to put us back into that because we all hated it.
Hmm.
And I mean, for good reason. It's not regular life, and it's kind of like a decrease in quality of happiness. But
Yeah.
There's also a way to go about it where if people were just more considerate about the situation, they could make it so much better for others. You know what I mean?
But I mean, there's a lot of people out there who like anti-mask. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll go past the congregation limit. Sorry, and that's kind of like slowing it. Like, have you guys seen New Zealand? They don't even have cases anymore. They're all back to normal because they're all polite, and not all of us are polite. And that's just really what kind of irks me because I feel like I followed the rules. I've kept the amount of people we like see the limit low. I wear my mask, And yeah, we're not back to normal after like 9 months. And seeing that other countries are back to normal after 9 months, it's frustrating. Very
Yeah,
frustrating.
and I feel like, the people that didn't follow the rules, they're not going to follow the rules. They don't care. And the people that have followed the rules for all this time, like, like you said, it's been 9 months, nothing is changing. So I feel like a lot of people are going to get discouraged and say, well, like I've done, follow the rules this amount of time, like I'm done with it. I need to live my life. All these other people aren't. Like, why am I, taking the hit when no one else is? Which is a terrible thought, but I mean, I understand it.
Yeah. So I mean, these next couple months could either be great or they can be anarchy.
Well, we got a very hopeful and exciting timeline from during that interview on the Weekly Wave,
Yeah.
where, we could potentially see some sort of normalcy over the summer. And that's, I said to Joe in the control room, I was like, that would be great. Vaccine mass distributed by March, somewhat normal by June. That would be amazing, especially for our summer before college or before whatever we decide to do after high school. I'm getting to the point where I don't think we're gonna have prom. I don't think we're gonna have senior reception. I don't think we're gonna have I don't think we'll have a senior trip. I don't think we'll get a lot of this stuff, and I'm fine with that. I've come to terms with it, but it would be so nice to have things to have that summer before we go to college.
Yeah, I was surprised by what he said. I thought he was going to say, like at least a year, before things start to change. I was very surprised by that response.
Yeah. That's such a discouraging thought. Like no prom, no senior reception. I mean, obviously, like it's just a little thing. But I mean, whenever you ask like your parents or kind of an adult about like, oh, like how was your high school experience? Like they always talk about prom.
That's what
the fact that we're missing out on it. It's kind of weird, but I mean, I guess there is a trade-off because we don't need to do SATs for college. So yin and yang.
Oh yeah, but
or
I mean,
finals.
Yeah,
that too.
Well, I mean, we've never had finals at
I know
school.
we're the lucky ones.
Yeah, that's the thing. You hear everyone say like, "Oh, your senior year is like the best year of your life." Like it's like your time. It's great.
Wrong.
Like rule the school. Like you get all these like senior privileges, which don't happen in our school. But I've like Aaron said a few weeks ago, I was at an all-time low, and I'm like, this isn't fun. This is not the best year of my life.
Yeah.
But yeah. COVID is. I'm just so tired of it. I just everyone needs to just follow the rules. At this point, I'm getting to the point where I just want everyone to be like forced to stay at home and just let's all just stay at home and just get it done with. Stay at home for like a month or two and then just have it be gone.
Well, but that didn't really work too well.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I mean, maybe these birds, they could shoot out lasers if someone goes past their front steps.
Wait, the birds deliver the vaccine. They become the savior. They drop it off on your front doorstep. No need contact.
Right, well, enough about the birds.
Thank you for watching, everyone, on the Senior Writers Podcast.
No, I think COVID's just it's awful and it's ruined our senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing we can really do about it, which is the worst part. But kind of moving on to another topic. Have you guys heard about what happened in Utah with the monolith?
Oh yeah.
Was this the birds too, Aaron?
No, this is different. I mean, I need a tinfoil hat at this point because we're just bringing up so many conspiracies. Right. Metal monolith in the middle of the desert. These hikers just stumble upon it. Becomes like a tourist destination. 2 days later, they go to find it. Gone. No monolith. Then it's showing up in California.
It did?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it did.
It showed up somewhere else. I'm not sure if it's California or not, but yeah, and it moved spots. So
aliens, discuss.
I bet no, I think it's gonna be like a commercial or something. like Arby's or something's gonna be like, oh, that's our monolith. Or, I don't know. So
Yeah. No, I think it kind of looks like, when you go to McDonald's and you're like in the drive-through, it kind of looks like one of those things, like the thing you talking to. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think it's some type of just like mapping thing or something. I don't know. I don't think it's like aliens or anything. It's definitely man-made.
No, but that looked heavy. How do you discreetly move that thing out of the
Probably
desert?
put it in a pickup truck.
Yeah,
drive
there's
away.
probably two of them. It's probably not even the same one.
It's dunes. It's like rocky cliffs all around. You can't just drive it out of
It's
there.
probably not the same one. They probably got rid of it.
Or they could deassemble it and then reassemble it at the spot they want to move it to.
Sounds like UFOs to me, guys.
It's probably some like satellite marker tracking thing or mapping thing. It's not.
I agree with
But
Joe.
why-
I think it's an advertisement like Fortnite's like, oh, we're going like, real life again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could
Why
definitely
hasn't
see.
anyone come forward though to claim the monolith?
Because, you got to build on the suspense.
Yeah. And if it moves, then it's like, oh my God, what's happening? And then like next thing you know, the advertisement comes in. It's just ours. It's like our monolith or whatever. It's
Yeah.
some marketing
Arby's,
campaign.
we have the
Yeah.
monolith.
We got the monolith.
Yeah.
Well,
Like the last
Wait,
location
where's that
it
1%?
goes to is that it's just at like the last location it goes to is like right in the Arby's restaurant, and then everyone goes there.
You know what? After this year, nothing's really gonna surprise me anymore. It could be aliens. I don't know. Maybe birds aren't real. The moon is made of cheese. I don't know.
what I don't like though is the Pentagon literally released like, oh yeah, here's all our information on UFOs back in like May, and nobody cared. Like it's like, oh yeah, here are some like unidentified aircrafts that move really fast, and we can't really explain what they do. But yeah, you guys are dealing with something else, so we'll just release it now. Like I'm surprised, like, because I feel like it used to be such a big topic, like, oh, aliens, do they exist or not? And we get the evidence or like the supposed evidence, and nobody seems to care. It just kind of blew my mind.
Well, because I don't think it really like confirms aliens, the evidence that they released.
Yeah.
It doesn't really confirm. It doesn't really change anything.
Oh,
It just
no.
confirms what people have already been seeing, and it's like could be anything.
Yeah, it wasn't really anything different than like what your basic YouTuber
Right.
theorist came out with.
Yeah.
All
It
it did was
wasn't
just
like-
have a confidential like stamp on it. That was like the only
Yeah.
difference.
Like it's not like it said, oh, like we have aliens at Area 51 and we're like experimenting on them. It literally just said, yeah, people saw random things in the sky and they weren't full of crap, that's all it really
When was
said.
this raid on Area 51? When did that happen
That
again?
was like last
Yeah.
That was
it
a
in
long-
Was that in
September.
2020?
no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
It was
That
like
was like
September.
2019, September 2020
Yeah.
or September 20th, actually.
hmm
Yeah. Of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. People actually went, but then like
A lot of people went.
Yeah, they turned into a festival, right? Didn't they like sell merchandise?
Yeah,
and, like,
people were like selling
Yeah.
stuff there. People were having like barbecues and stuff.
Sounds like a good time.
I kind of wish I went.
it's all the way in Nevada though. It's a long
Yeah.
ways away.
And then you go right to Las Vegas, and then you gamble when you're 18.
I think it's 21 in Vegas.
It is 21. Ah, damn. When you're 21.
Do you guys think aliens exist?
Yeah.
I think if they do, they're like this big, and they look like plankton from SpongeBob. I don't think there's anything like us that are like green and have like the big, heads.
Yeah,
No, I think they're just like really far away.
yeah, and it'd
Like,
be
we would
something
never encounter them. But I think they're just like like ridiculously far.
You guys don't
To
think
the
they're
point.
living amongst us? You know,
Do you think they have COVID or fake birds?
maybe they brought it. Never know. It's good. It's good to keep an open mind, guys. Just saying.
Like halfway open mind. I wouldn't say all the way open. I think that's a dangerous way to live. have your mind wide open.
In all seriousness, I think aliens exist. I don't think they're here. I think they're just like, because it's hard to think we're the only life forms in like the entire just existence.
Hold on, I want to bring up something interesting because the other day you said you don't believe in ghosts, but you
I
believe in
don't.
aliens. Interesting.
Yeah, well, because ghosts are like manifestations of a dead person. Aliens are just a different life form somewhere out there in like the universe, galaxy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I actually agree with Aaron on that. Not the bird part, but like that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Derek, do you believe in
Ghosts
ghosts?
insinuate that like after I die, I take on like this form, and I just walk around or sorry, float around. Um, it's just so hard to believe for ghosts. I feel like it's such like an unrealistic thing.
The thing about ghosts, anytime someone like asks me if ghosts are real or we talk about this, which isn't often, but whenever it happens, like I think of that Bill Burr joke when he said like if ghosts were real, like why are they just hiding out in someone's attic? Like if I was a ghost, I would go like into the Pentagon, into the Oval Office and just listen to what everyone was saying.
Yeah.
Like actually like who cares about what, your neighbor Jack is doing on his weekends? Like that's not interesting.
Yeah. And I've seen so. Do you guys watch like BuzzFeed Unsolved?
No.
No.
Heard of
Uh,
it. Don't watch it.
it's a whole like show, like it's a ghost hunting show, and it's about like they go out like this places where like tragedy happened or like, have like ghost sightings, and like they take like the white noise thing all around. And I mean, it's entertaining, but it's kind of hilarious because I mean, the premise of the show, like one of them believes in ghosts, one of them doesn't, so like they're constantly clashing.
Interesting. I remember in 5th grade, Miss Johnson, she was obsessed with like Sasquatches and like finding Bigfoot. And she thought, was it her? I don't know, it was someone, but they would always watch it like ironically because they would laugh when like someone like stepped on a twig and said, oh my God, it's Bigfoot. Like, where is he? I think those shows are hysterical.
Didn't Miss Casey say that too?
She's,
Recently?
yeah, there was a rustle in the bushes and she's like, Sasquatch.
She's like, you gotta believe in something. And I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
As much as like bad TV is bad, it's so like entertaining sometimes. Like sometimes you just need like the stupidest shows just to make you laugh.
Did you watch Kardashians, their stuff?
Not that stupid.
No.
Um, but I mean, like I wouldn't call Cobra Kai stupid, but I mean it's like cheesy, it's predictable.
I love Cobra Kai, man. You guys gotta watch that. Matt, you gotta watch it.
I know. Once the Queen's Gambit is done, I got like 2 episodes left. Once I finish that, I'll go on to Cobra Kai.
It's so cheesy, but it's so good. Especially
Yeah.
do you like the original, like the Karate Kid movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those movies. I like grew up with those. And yeah, Cobra Kai is really good.
What about the Jaden Smith Karate Kid? Or that
No.
one?
No, not that one.
No.
Yeah, I
Didn't
actually
we-
enjoyed that one. I mean, it was
Yeah, and didn't we? I have this like vague memory of us seeing that together with Sean.
I saw it in theaters, so we probably
Yeah,
did.
I think I saw it in theaters, and I have like vague memories of it.
Nothing beats the original Karate Kid, though.
No, but
So on to a much more pressing matter. In a few months, there will be a live-action Clifford the Big Red Dog movie.
oh god,
I want to ask why, who thought of it, and will you see it?
yes, and yes, I will definitely see Clifford the Big Red Dog in live action. I feel like that's just something too big and red to miss. You know, like you can't. It's gonna be so bad.
Mhm.
What breed of dog are they gonna make him?
He looks like just a red like Labrador.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks like a
like
lab.
a red
Yeah.
lab, and then he's gonna be huge.
They
Dude,
like
what?
the CGI isn't great.
Are there
but it-
images?
Yeah, they just released like a promo
No.
thing. Yeah. It shows
But-
like all these dogs, and then it's just like this big like Clifford giant
No.
thing, and then he like licks the camera.
What grinds my gears is that this went through multiple stages and multiple people saying, "Yeah, live action Clifford's a good idea." Why is everyone making live action movies of
Oh
things?
my god.
Like, didn't they learn their lesson when making like 5
is-
Jaws sequels?
That is terrifying.
Because
he-
I don't.
He doesn't look like an old dog. He looks like a puppy, but he's massive.
So do you think it'll be like Cats, like same outcome? or
Oh
just,
God,
like-
no, not Cats.
I don't think it'll be as bad as Cats.
I don't think it will be as bad as Cats.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a
Oh.
super forgettable movie that no one will see, no one will remember. And yeah,
Yeah, no, that's not going to be good at all.
I mean, I understand the concept of going out of the box, but when you do stuff like Cats, that is just too far. That is just
Get a little bit closer to the box, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing with the open mind. You just keep it closed a little bit, you know.
There's a balance
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
All
Well,
right, I think that is our episode of the
Happy-
Senioritis podcast. We've tackled everything from COVID to possibilities of
birds.
going remote, to fake birds, to ghosts, to aliens, to Clifford the Big Red Dog. I could not think of a better episode with better topics. So thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you on the next episode of the Senioritis podcast.